So I started playing here at Uno when I was 12 years old. This was the first time I played volleyball competitively. I only started playing because my sister played here and my parents had forced me to play. I always hated volleyball, and then my parents kept forcing me to go, and over time I started to love this place and I started to love playing volleyball. So again, I started playing from a young age, younger than most boys do, and then I just kept playing and getting better and better, and for some reason I just started falling in love with volleyball as I kept playing here at Uno. And then as I got older, around 14 years old is when I really started falling in love with volleyball, and my team started getting really good. And I think from that point on, it was just kind of a crazy journey. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. We were traveling out to California and all that, and I still just remember the feeling of like, oh my God, like I get to go to California, that's where all the best volleyball teams were going. Like I'm super excited to go. And I had no idea how we were going to do. I think we ended up taking third place at like our first ever qualifier, like out of like the Midwest, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. And then from that point on, that kind of gave me a confidence to kind of take my game to the next level, or at least try to. And I think from that point, like my whole goal from there was to try and go and play volleyball at a high level, hopefully Division I level one day. And I think Uno really helped me do that throughout my time here. By 15th year, it was, again, I was getting older, I was kind of maturing, starting high school. It was an unbelievable feeling just to kind of see that I was getting older and volleyball was starting to become more reality in my life. Then I think as going through, I think 16th year was probably my best year here. I think we finished, I don't even remember, I think it was top 15 in the country or something like that, but we had won a qualifier. I think we won 2 qualifiers. I think we'd only lost like a few matches throughout the entire winter season, which was just unbelievable, and it was just a lot of fun playing with the guys around me and just having the success we had throughout that year. And just at this point I was starting to get recruited by colleges, and it just felt like everything was coming along for me, and I think it was really cool just kind of having this experience here at Uno with the team that we had. That 17th year was another really cool experience for me, as I was playing up a year, and I think we only had 3 guys that were actually 18 that year, but the rest of us were supposed to be in the 17 or under division, which was pretty cool because we were still going out and winning these big tournaments against teams we were never supposed to compete with. And again, we had college coaches watching us all over the place, and it was just an unreal feeling. It felt like we were achieving something that we never thought was possible to start with, but the coaches here had a lot of belief in us, and I think that was really cool. And then 18th year was really interesting because it just started like a normal year, but the roster was kind of weird. We had weird numbers and didn't really have the right positions, I guess. So I was sitting out of the middle, which was weird, but I don't know, we were still doing well, and one of our turns had one of our best players go down, and from there we still managed to take, I think it was 5th in that tournament. It was just an awesome experience. But then COVID hit, so that kind of put a quick end to my career senior year of high school. So I mean, it was kind of a journey all the way through my volleyball career at Uno. So I think the 2 matches that come to mind when I think about like key matches that I remember from club would be, I think they're both from when I was my 17th year playing up on 18s. One of them I remember was at the Chicago qualifier. We were playing Sports Performance 18 Elite, I think it was, or it was their top 18s team, and I don't even remember. I can't remember if it was just a pool play match or what it was, but it was a big match, and we needed to win that match to keep advancing. And I just remember the court was just surrounded by so many people and so many college coaches. And this is recently after I had committed to Loyola, and this Sports Performance team had almost their entire lineup going Division I. So it just felt kind of personal for us to go and win that game, or try to win that game at least, because again, these were a bunch of top-rated recruits, and I think we only had 2 or 3 guys on our team that were going to play Division I, so it felt like we were the underdogs in this, but we never felt like we didn't have a chance to beat them. We felt like we should have beat them, and we ended up beating them in 3 sets, and that was it was probably my favorite match of my college career. I just remember the team and how badly we wanted to win that game and how well we played together, and just seeing the crowd form around our court was just the greatest feeling ever. I think that was definitely my favorite match throughout my time here. The other match that comes to mind was, I think it was that same year, different qualifier. This one was down in Austin, Texas, or Houston maybe. We were playing Austin Juniors, and again, just another team with a bunch of Division I commits this time, and I think they finished like 5th at nationals, same as Sports Performance. And again, it's another team. Like I think, yeah, the first set of that Austin Juniors match was crazy. I think the final score was 38-36, which is unbelievable. I think that's the longest set I've ever played, which it felt like, I don't know, I felt like it took an hour, which probably got close to that, but it was a competitive match. I mean, it was, I don't know, just back and forth, super tight the entire way, and I remember being on the sidelines during a timeout, and we just kept saying, like, if we can win this set, we're going to win the whole thing. And we did. We ended up winning that set, and I think from there that just gave us the confidence, the momentum we needed to go and win that match and ultimately win the tournament. So I think it was just an unbelievable feeling to play into the high 30s and win a set and then ultimately the match. So that was really cool. And we just went out there and just played hard and just ended up winning, competed the other team, and just ended up winning. And it was, again, just the crowd surrounding the court and people not even knowing who we are down there in Texas and just going in there and showing them what we do. I think that was another key memory from my club days. Yeah, I think when I think of coaches that helped me get to reach my goals and all that and push me here, I think the first being Hector. I think he is the one that kind of sticks out to me. That might be because it was most recently I had him as a coach, but I think just the kind of impact he left on me and what he taught me while I was here, he really focused on the leadership aspect, especially me being a setter. That's a crucial part of my role. The other aspect that he really preached was the family aspect, which I think is unbelievable. I think has helped me tremendously throughout my career, is just being able to work with the guys next to you, the importance of everyone and part of a team. It's not just about one person or an individual, it's about a unit. And I think that is something that has really helped me in my career. I think the second coach that comes to mind is Terry. She's kind of the one who got me into this. She's been here my entire time here at Uno. She coached my sister all through her club days, and really was the one who got me to love volleyball and keep me here. And so I think she has been a huge influence on my life. Every time I come back here, it's awesome seeing her and just seeing what she's up to. And I think she's been one of the coaches that's really inspired. So I stayed with Uno all these years because of the guys I was surrounded by. I had pretty much the same team from 14th year to 18th year, with obviously a few changing factors every year, but for the most part it was the same core group, and I love those guys so much. And again, I think that just really made the difference. I'm a firm believer in your experiences are made by the people around you, and I think I was truly blessed with a good group of people that were around me, and I think the coaches as well as that. I mean, I had 3 coaches my entire time here, which is, I was here for probably 6 or 7 years, so to be able to have similar faces that I trusted and respected every day really helped me to want to stay here and be confident in my time here and not want to go anywhere else. I mean, we had a very, very successful team, a team that won a lot, a team that got along together and just loved being around each other. So I had no reason to leave or no desire to leave at all. So I put in a lot of extra work outside of my club practices, whether film or just trying to do any at-home reps I could do, or really just texting coaches, see anytime I can get in the gym or they'd be willing to come in with me, or just leave the door unlocked for me to come in and work on my own, or whether it's be at home watching videos on YouTube or on TV, or just trying to do any at-home work I could possibly do, or do extra workouts or stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was always on my mind. Volleyball was something I could not stop thinking about, and I always wanted to get better at. So I was just trying to find any little way that I could, make a change to my game that would help me improve my craft, my setting ability, or any part of my game really. I think the other thing is just talking about how much extra work I did outside of practice. I think that kind of translated to college, because that was my whole freshman year. I wasn't playing games, I was redshirting, and so my entire time was after practice was just going back in the gym on my own or with a few of my other freshman teammates, and we would just go and get reps by ourselves. So I think it was just kind of a continuation of what I'd been doing, just at a higher level. Yeah, so just finished my college career, and I'll be going to Nebraska to be a graduate assistant here. I leave on Sunday actually, but it's gonna be, I actually don't know how this transition is gonna be. I'm very excited, but it's going to be a whole different experience for me. But I know that my time since I've started playing volleyball, everything I've learned from that is going to help me into this next year and a half that I have here at Nebraska. And so I'm really looking forward to that and just everything I can learn there. I don't know, maybe one day I'll be coaching. It's kind of been something I wanted to do. I don't know if that's the exact route I want to go, but I'm going to try it out. it's weird to think that I'm going to be on the sidelines now trying to teach other people instead of looking up to those people who are always teaching me. So